What's going on, everyone? It's Big Worm. Gonna do an Awaken Chaos Era video. Today we're going to go over the new heroes. They did put in 4 new heroes. Unfortunately, they did not put in any summoning packs. So let's go to the index here and take a look at them. First we have this new Dark Legendary hero, Garnet. I'll be honest, her appearance, she's a little creepy. As far as she looks like a doll. Looks like we have a trait, Stardust. Grants 1 rage upon the use of any ally's special or ultimate ability following this character's death. So this only takes effect after the character dies. This character revives with 50% of max health and all abilities cooldowns shortened by 1 turn upon reaching 3 rage. So, looks like her ascension is revives with 80% of max health. So just reading it, I would assume that this means that after this character dies, after 3 ultimates cast by other teammates, this character revives. I don't know if, basically I guess you'd build her just straight damage, and if she gets killed last, then that trait is useless, I think. Let's see. But it does shorten all of her cooldowns by 1 turn upon reaching 3 rage. So, all of her cooldowns are reduced every time, teammates use ultimates. So, we'll have to see. I don't have her. I'm just reading it off the index here. So, her basic attack, Meteor Slam, launches a strike dealing 120% damage to an enemy and ricochets between enemies 2 times. Damage scales with character's speed. So hopefully the speed aspect of this works better than some of the other characters in the game that's damage is based off speed. We've seen characters like Hugh and Crixus has an ability that's based off speed. Not as damage so much as proc rate for his bonus attacks, but I haven't been real impressed with Hugh. I did put him in an Avarice set, of course. That's kind of what I do, and he did do decent damage, but not enough to where I would use him. So that's her basic Meteor Slam. Her special, Curtain of Heaven, launches 3 strikes against random enemies, each dealing 100% damage that scales with this character's speed while removing a positive effect or inflicting defense down for 2 turns if they have no positive effects. So that's pretty neat to have an ability that not only removes effects, but if they don't have any, it puts defense down on them. So as for a special ability, this looks like it's going to be pretty beneficial. It does say 3 strikes against random enemies, so it's going to be hard to use, specifically if you're trying to remove someone's abilities. But in the arena, any positive action to assist you with winning, that's all that matters. Astral Doomsday, the ultimate, deals 120% damage to all enemies that scales based on the difference between the target's speed and this character's speed. So the speed modifier must be decent if this only deals 120% damage. It also inflicts no positive effects for 2 turns on the target, plus a 50% chance of sleep for 1 turn. So, but it does say that's on the target only, so I doubt that's on all enemies. Sleep, unable to act, negative 100% crit resistance. So basically, if your character's asleep, they're going to get crit. But your character's probably got 100% crit anyway, so I guess that doesn't matter. This character will not be affected by any subsequent positive effects. That's that no positive effect ability. Looks like she's got S tier speed, so that's pretty high, 136. And she still has decent attack, 1299. So I'm intrigued. I'd like to see her. We didn't really go over this hero. She was released just with Gurinol recently. And she does have an S tier attack and A health, so she's an interesting character. Basically a tank that does damage. Her trait grants 1 stack of Battle Spirit when attacking or taking damage, maximum 6 stacks. 1 stack of Battle Spirit is 5% damage. It says here max 10 stacks at Ascended, so you're talking an additional 50% damage. And then let's see, she also gets immunity for 1 turn at the start of the battle when Ascended. Her Ascension, of course I can't see it because I don't have her. And then of her basic, Crimson Hammer deals 120% damage to an enemy with a 50% chance of launching a bonus basic ability against the target. So we're seeing this bonus attack stuff a lot with a lot of new heroes. I've seen this I've fought this character in the arena, and she was pretty strong however they had her build. Her passive applies counterattack upon taking non-boss damage higher than this character's 50% max health. So if she takes a hit that takes 50% of her health, she gets a counterattack. Deals 150% damage to the target and restores 60% of the lost health. So that's pretty crazy. Like if she gets hit for 50% of her health, she counterattacks for 150% damage and restores 60% health. Oh, 60% of the lost health. So it's probably 60% of the 50%, I would assume. But that's a real strong passive for the arena for sure. And then her ultimate, Fatal Hit, deals 150% damage to an enemy and grants 1 stack of Invincible for 1 turn. Invincible, this character will not take any damage. Invincible is removed upon taking a valid hit. Launches a bonus attack with this character's basic ability if the target has positive effects. So let's see. So if it's removed upon taking a valid hit and launches a bonus attack with this character's basic ability if the target has positive effects. So if you're hit by somebody that has positive effects and Invincible's up, you're going to get a bonus attack. So, a real nice kit for a defensive character. Like, you can build this character with a lot of health and quite a bit of attack. I think that, her name's kind of silly, Darcy. But I think that that's going to be a great character in the arena. And then here we have our first new epic. I really like the aesthetics of this character. She looks really neat. We don't have, what do we have? Antonua. That's about it for epics with a bow. I really like just the look of this character. She has decent attack for epic, 1258. And then it looks like the rest of it's just B, so not real impressive for the rest of the stats. But it's another fire character, so her trait, damage inflicts ignite for 2 turns on targets without a ignite, or else has an 80% chance of detonating all ignite on the target and inflicting stun for 1 turn. So that's just for going, right? And then her ascension, she grants herself attack up 2, which is that's incredible on an epic, to give yourself attack up 2. I think Yolanda and Brand. I'm not sure who else does attack up 2, but to be able to put it on herself, that's going to make a huge difference in her attack. Her basic fire arrow deals 120% damage to an enemy with a 60% chance of launching a bonus attack with a basic ability if the target's attack is lower than this character, or 30% if not. So again, we have attacks with a chance to proc bonus attacks. So that's really what we're seeing a ton of now with new characters. It really gives the game another. They really like to stay in this RNG. Everything in the game's pretty much based off chance. The passive Spark of Misfortune reduces 50% damage from non-boss attackers affected by Ignite. So that's really an incredible passive if she puts Ignite on multiple characters, because her ultimate Boosts focus by 30%, launches a volley of 4 to 6 fire arrows at random enemies, each dealing 60% damage with a 50% chance of removing a positive effect. So this ultimate's really looks like it's going to be good with her, stacked with her passive, because anybody she puts ignite on with her trait, right, her damage inflicts ignite. So if she has focus, which she gets a boost, 30% focus. So with her ultimate, right off the bat, she'll be putting ignite on at least 3 of the other targets, and then they are going to do reduced 50% damage to her. So I think this epic hero is going to be real good. Now we're going to skip past. There's nothing here. So I'm going to have to admit that the original Virgil is pretty lackluster. It doesn't look that great. But this one, he looks pretty cool. Like, he looks really cool. So I really hope I get this guy. He has high 1549 attack, and he's got high health. Speed, crit rate, they're all pretty high right off the bat. But let's go over his trait, right? So his trait removes 1 negative effect from this character upon taking damage and restores health equal to 35% of his attack. 50% of his attack when ascended. This is going to be an incredible ability for the arena. Everybody's going to be using characters that put debuffs on, and every time he removes a negative effect, he's going to be getting back up to 50% of his attack. So if he had 6,000 attack, I'm guessing he would heal for about 3,000 health. Let's see, 50% of his attack if he had 6,000. So, I mean, when you think about it that way, it's not as incredible, but anytime you're regenerating health in a fight is going to be good. His basic, Vanguard of the Shimmering, deals 150% damage to an enemy with a 50% chance to extend the cooldown on the target's abilities by 1 turn. Chance to trigger increased to 100% if he is affected by Wings of Light. Looks like Wings of Light attacks shorten ultimate cooldown by 1 turn and enhances all of his abilities. So I think this guy's going to be very strong. I mean, we all know from God Fairy, extending cooldown on a target is pretty incredible. I'm sure that's going to be a frustrating thing to get hit with. And that's his basic ability. Like, his basic. You put him in a curse set, he's going to terrorize people. His special, Chastisement, deals 100% damage to all enemies and removes 1 positive effect from each, with a further bonus attack on the main target for 100% damage upon removal. This attack ignores 50% defense in the Wings of Light state. So I'm glad they're starting to put in the description of what changes during the, I would say, like the Ascended form, right? A lot of times, like with Dark Nick and Brilliant Brand, it doesn't really say specifically. And now we have we know what's going on there. And then we have his ultimate, Ethereal Punishment. Deals 250% damage to an enemy and maximizes the cooldowns on the target's abilities. This attack deals 50% damage in the Wings of Light state, so it does less damage in Wings of Light state. But it grants Wings of Light state for 2 turns, so it's not worth using while you're in Wings of Light state, but it does grant you that state. So I guess it pops up pretty quick. I mean, you got a 5 round cooldown, so I guess there's no point in like using Windstrex with him to reset his ultimate. But that's an amazing ability. If you build him fast enough, if he went first and used his ultimate on a target, would maximize the cooldowns on all that target's abilities. So he looks incredible all around. And then the last one, this is another new epic. This character, Epina, she looks great. She's definitely cute. Looks like a little kid. I'm not sure what's up with the bear skin. This looks a lot like Kane's head. So, but she has high 1300 attack, S tier attack on an epic. And she has A tier crit rate. So, I think this little character is probably going to be pretty strong. The trait Grizzly Rage, attacks ignore 10% up to 40% of the target's defense per negative effect. And it goes up, so attacks ignore 20 up to 80 ascended. So basically, you'd use her on a debuff team, just like you would a Baden. Her basic attack, Savage Blade, deals 80% damage to one enemy and applies random stats down. So here we go, a Baden again. If she's going to be putting random stat down, a Baden does random stat down. Both of their damage increases based on the amount of debuffs on a target. So I think that would be the place to use her. Her special, Law of the Jungle, deals 120% damage to an enemy and duplicates all of their negative effects onto another enemy. It says one enemy. And restores 30% max health. So it's kind of like Santis's ability where she can duplicate negative effects from one target to another. Again, we're just staying with the whole negative effect build here. Barbarous Intimidation is the ultimate, deals 150% damage to an enemy and applies no positive effects for 2 turns. Damage increases by 50% against enemies under 4 or more negative effects. So that's kind of weird. That's kind of a weird ultimate for a character that stacks negative effects, for it to have under 4 or more negative effects. So, I mean, I'm probably going to be a learning curve there, trying to figure out how to use this character. I didn't see nothing that says like damage is based off speed or anything, so basically you just build this character, focus and attack. She looks like she'll be pretty good. It is single target, hopefully better than Crixus. If you watched my Crixus review, I don't feel like he was a very good addition. Let's see if we can find him here. Crixus? I probably passed him. Oh no, right here. So I don't have him on this account, I have him on my other. So Crixus had A tier attack, 1120, and he had the 120 speed. Alright, I apologize for that. I had some technical difficulty. We were going over Crixus real fast since we're doing a new hero review. I have him on my other account. I did a review on him, but since we're going over all these heroes, might as well just hit him up real quick. So his trait, Weight of the Earth, grants a shield for 1 turn when a Shattering Blow bonus attack is triggered. He also gets Control Immunity when ascended. He does get a ton of bonus attacks. His basic attack, Tornado Blade, deals 100% damage to an enemy with a 30% chance to launch a bonus attack with Shattering Blow. Applies defense down for 1 turn. His special, Wrathful Punch, deals 160% damage to an enemy with a 30% chance to launch a bonus attack with Shattering Blow. So this is the weird part about his abilities. His chance scales with the speed difference between this character and the target. But what I found is he does pretty good without building speed on him. So I just ran him in a all attack set. I didn't focus on speed, I just went all attack, crit rate, crit damage, just like you would with any other damage dealer. I did put a little focus on him, and he did decent. Like, he would hit between 12 and 20k on a single target. 20ks were rare, but I did see a few. His ultimate deals 200% damage to an enemy with 50% chance to launch a bonus attack with Shattering Blow. Chance scales with the speed difference between this character and the target. Applies speed down for 3 turns. So I think that because it's called Shattering Blow, it should be defense down 2. I know he's an epic, but it would make a huge difference for this character if his shattering blow was something amazing. He was pretty lackluster for me. I don't think that I would use him anywhere. I'm not sure any team comps that I'd be able to put him in. But I think that this Garnet, the new dark hero, looks like they're recommending a Raider and a Rebel set on her. Somebody already has her. She's already got an arena rating, so lucky guy there. He put it as a 5. And then of course, you know, the Virgil. I mean, I think this guy is going to be incredible. Oh yeah, looks like people already have him, so he's getting 5s across the board. So I'm guessing he's amazing. But that's it. Of course, when I get the heroes, if I get them, I will of course make arena videos for them. With that, thanks for watching. I don't think this video was too long. I'm not sure. Technical difficulty kind of split it up. But I appreciate everybody that's been watching. I did make it into the content creator program for this game. I do fully intend to keep playing it. I like the game. I like the aesthetics of the game. And I think that the development team's gonna ramp up, you know, what they're doing for this game. So hopefully they get that market push going soon, and we can get some a lot of new players in here. But I'm still having fun with it. I'm not wailing out as hard as I used to, but I was kind of disappointed that there were no packs with these new heroes. Only because usually I buy the packs, right? It's like the best deal. But if you're playing other turn-based gacha games, give this one a try. But thanks for watching. You guys all, you have a nice night, alright?